Only 6,300, 90 pounds, and one owner. This is a very late model Passport, originally sold here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, with opposing deep slides in the bunkhouse and then a big living room super slide. So it's basically got, you could say, two massive living quarters, just one in the back and one in the middle. Previous owners bought it right here, as I mentioned, took good care of it. I don't really see anything that scares me too much about it. Kind of like a used car, there's a little bump here and there we'll talk about, but nothing that really concerns me. They just kind of decided it wasn't exactly the right layout for them. They swapped it out for a different triple slide bunkhouse with an extra slide in the kitchen that kind of fit their preferences a little bit better. One of the more impressive qualities of this big triple slide bunk model is its shocking level of travel accessibility. And I think it's because they did something really smart here. They flip-flopped that huge U-dinette and the sofa. And what that allows you to do is you actually kind of sneak up into the slide out a little bit, and then you have just enough room. You can snake through here and you can get back to everything. Now, it's a little tight getting into the bathroom, but even with my belly, if I suck it in, I can still get through there. Now, you also notice that if you need to, you can get back here to this middle closet that we'll have lit up in a minute. All the windows and everything and the lights are currently killed. And you can even get back here to the bunk. So if you want to get all the kids' bags and everything thrown back here before the trip, well, you can. And this level of near full accessibility like this is incredibly uncommon in multi-slide units. And overall, it looks pretty good in here. The windows here in the Super Slide, they do open for ventilation. I just had a wicked backlight coming through them. But if I point the camera right at them, you can see those center beams there and how those windows slide open for some incredible airflow. You can obviously fold down the sofa and the dinette for maximum sleeping space, but when we get back to the bunk room, I think you're going to see that we don't need to. You can also see that you've got a nice centralized either linen cabinet, pantry, combination thereof. And a neat thing they do in these is if you take a look up top there in front of that refrigerator, it's kind of a skylight, but it's also a power vent fan. So if you are cooking up a storm, it can help give you some extra airflow and exhaust that heat out of here. Now, they are very good about putting these big, very popular L-shaped peninsula countertops in these Passports. They do that all over the place because it gives you a larger cabinet area below, an excellent prep area. And a 90-degree dogleg left countertop like this, it's a little more functional in terms of cabinet and counter space than a lot of the very common 45-degree sort of bump-out peninsula countertops, because stuff tends to be square, not triangular, so it just makes a little more sense. Bathroom is simple, but effective. It does what it needs to do. It doesn't do anything more than it needs to do. You're here to take a shower, do your business, get on out. But one thing they do that's very smart is you can see how that you have a contoured countertop right there. It cuts away so that bigger folks like myself, who are maybe a little bit broader around the shoulders, have a little more clearance to get in there. Now, this opposing slide room here, it's basically the same size as the living room. It's wider instead of longer, which is kind of cool. Now you can see that, you know, you've got your overhead bunks, and those can fold up during the day. But down below, you've got these little convertible cube futon things. Now, you can use them as sofas or lounges, or you can do what I've done over here. I've kind of given you a sort of before and after view. Or if you want to, you can kick them open into individual sleepers, and you notice how there's a little bit of space between them. Now, those little cushions that you see there, you can kind of do whatever you want with those at night. One of the things I have thought about doing before is actually stacking them kind of together in the middle of those two cushions so that there's a little bit of separation between the kiddos at night. But that's what's cool about this thing, guys. You can sleep 6 people in the bunkhouse alone of this RV, plus the 2 in the master bed, plus 2 more in the U-dinette and 1 more on the sofa. You can pack a ton of people in here. And what's great is you've got kind of a full-on second living room storage entertainment area going on back here. The kids have their own bunkhouse, I don't know, pantry-tainment center, whatever you want to call it. So TV hookups back there, and obviously good, decent storage all the way through. Flip it around, give you a good look here. The bedroom does have sliding pocket privacy doors. It is not curtains in the bedroom, so if you do want to really give yourself some master bed privacy at night, you do have that available. Now, that TV is currently pointing straight backward, But it does have a swing arm, so if you do want it to point out toward the slide-out seating, you can. So it's not going to be a neck wrecker entertainment system. Down below that, we have a Bluetooth stereo, and you can see your master control panel there for your slides, your awnings, your water heater, all that. Now, at the time of this filming, we have not yet swapped the mattress out per the previous owner's request. They wanted to keep the bedding that they added to this aftermarket. So you're going to have a probably a brand new bed put in this camper when you folks take it home. Another thing here is that these Passports are built and sized for a full 60 by 80 queen as opposed to a shorter camp queen. And there are both stands and power outlets on both sides of the bed. The power outlets are just not necessarily immediately available because they actually hide down here below the normal line of sight a little bit. The awning is power, of course, as is pretty much the case on almost all trailers today, even basic entry-level trailers. It's also got easy tilt arms, full-length LED lighting along the base, and a auto rain dump feature. It also has, like I said, when I say easy tilt arms, I'm not joking. That's all it takes to crank these arms down. So if you do want to really, really pitch this awning for some good rainy day runoff, that's all the more it takes. It's a two-finger adjustment. Now, these things are very good about giving you a very large front storage compartment, and you can see that we've got wide compartment doors here and tall, and I say doors because it's the same on both sides, and this also gives you an easy view into the all-aluminum structure of the Passports. They have laminated sidewalls and floor, aluminum skeleton everywhere, although technically the roof is actually a galvanized stamped steel roof truss, but the biggest thing a lot of people want to know is it a wood truss or is it a metal truss? And this is a non-wooden truss. Most manufacturers just make it easy and say it's all aluminum. Anyway, I tend to be a stickler about these things. That is one of the areas that helps this thing be very lightweight. Another area is the Z-frame chassis that this rides on. It does not ride on an I-beam, and it's made with a higher strength but lower alloy steel, which makes this thing very light but very strong. It's a more expensive chassis though. The underbelly is enclosed and forced air heated with a 30,000 BTU furnace, so that'll give you that good extended spring-fall camping. Really, it will hold its cabin temperature inside in some pretty sub-freezing conditions. It's just not rated to keep the water lines from freezing up if it's going to stay hard frozen for a while. The axles are wide stance axles, which will help this long thing maintain comfortable half-ton towability. Because it's well within the weight range of most half-tons or even big SUVs, but the trick is, she's long. This is a long, I think tip to tail, it's closer to 37 feet from tongue to back of the bumper. Well, that's a long trailer. And the longer the trailer, the more leverage it has in shoving the vehicle around the road. And that's where those wide stance axles come into play, as they help offset that potential pushy shoviness of a longer trailer like this one, so that it doesn't get you killed on the road, because that's obviously a bad thing. It is all set and ready for a grill on the back. It included one new. I don't see one currently. It's possible that maybe somebody just swapped it out at some point or never used it and sold it on Craigslist. I don't know. Now again, don't have a heart attack. Remember, I just have this awning cranked like crazy right now. Bigger entry handle for easy coming and going, and triple steps make hopping in and out simple and fine. Overall, guys, I'm not too disappointed with what I see here. Like I said, it's really just kind of a case of someone said, you know what, we prefer a little bit different layout. This one didn't quite work out for us the way that we thought, but they're still camping. And I think whenever people come back to us here at Haylett RV after a short period of ownership like that, it says a lot, because it says that they have confidence in us to take care of them. And, swapping out after a short period of ownership can sometimes be tougher financially. But they have the confidence in us to take care of them in that situation, and we got it done, obviously. So, whether it's hitching pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between, we do it all at Haylett RV, so you don't have to. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.